Hey guys, happy Monday. So you're going to be seeing a lot of me today. This is my basic Facebook Live, and then I'm doing an interview at 5 Eastern with my good buddy Brian K. Wright about an online summit that we're actually doing on Wednesday, Authorpreneur Live. This is my second year keynoting that, so we're going to be talking about that at 5. And at 8 o'clock tonight, Nancy and I are going to be going live again to, give some more tips about, branding and things you can do online. Hey, Bets. So what I wanted to do today, as Betsy has done, please, as you pop on, say hi and where you've come in from. You can tag some friends or some teammates or people that you know in business that could benefit from this. And also, please share this. Share this into any private groups that you're in. Share this to your own personal page. Because whether people know it or not, social media, specific platforms are absolutely saturated. And what I keep hearing from people, and Nancy hears this too, is what can I do to stand out? What can I do to actually have eyeballs on what I'm doing? How can I grow my business? Whether it's network marketing or not, whether you guys really understand it. Social media is completely saturated. So I have an upcoming podcast episode coming out next Monday that goes over the supply and demand in network marketing right now. So if you guys understand supply and demand, you have supply and you have demand. So before social media, supply was here and demand was up here, meaning there was a demand for the opportunities that people have, but there weren't that many people to supply it, so the people that were supplying it earned a lot of money. When social media started really utilizing network marketing, this is what happened. Supply met demand. And in the last 2 to 3 years, you now see demand. It's going the other way. Supply is high, meaning there are a ton of people spending time on social media doing network marketing, but the demand for it is low because there are so many people doing it. The demand for it has gone down, but on specific social media platforms, namely Facebook and Instagram. So there's a lot of people that are feeling very overwhelmed right now. They're not happy with where their business is. They're not making money. They just have consumers. So what I wanted to do for you guys today is provide you 3 relevant tips, 3 things that you can do, even if you're spending time on an oversaturated platform. So here's the deal. Your uplines aren't social media experts. Your uplines don't understand the back office, so to speak, of social media and how they're working. All they're doing is teaching you the best way that they know how to use it. And the fact is, when you compare the numbers of social media platforms, approaching 4 billion users on Facebook and Instagram compared to the 600 million plus on LinkedIn, you know where supply has not overtaken demand, and that's LinkedIn. But if you're still unwilling to use LinkedIn and you still want to use Facebook and Instagram, there are 3 things that you can do to make yourself stand out. Number 1, if you're going to use Facebook and Instagram, video content. Produce it as often as you can. Now, for me, just to kind of give you an idea of when to do video content. So on Facebook, if you're going to use Facebook, you should be doing at least 1 to 2 Facebook Lives a week. At least. Because again, you have to understand, what is everyone doing? So ask yourself that question. What is everybody doing? Everybody is posting inspiration. Everyone is posting transformations. Everyone is posting before and afters. and comparison pictures, and they're posting about their products. But what is something that a lot of people are not doing? Video content. People, and I don't get it. I'm trying to understand it. And I want help from you guys of why. And Betsy said it, everyone's scrolling and selling. Why are so many people afraid of video? You can look on multiple articles. Video is the best way to connect with an audience, not a post. Video like this, where I can interact with people in real time. So I'll ask you guys, whether you're on here live or on the replay, what has you so afraid of doing video content? So you may be asking, well, why video content? What's the power behind it? Well, number one, it allows you to connect with your audience like I'm connecting with you guys right now. That's number one. Number two, people can feel what you're passionate about. Reading something in a post is only going to translate it in that person's voice in their head. Think about that. When someone reads your post, they are translating it emotionally in their head the way that they hear and feel things. When someone is watching you on video, they have no choice but to feel it and hear it the way that you're bringing it about. There's no question. There's no question about that. So the big thing is this. And here's my simple advice. So if I was to give you guys a structure, okay? And Betsy said vulnerability, time constraints, and fear. And again, not sure what to share, content. So here's, I'm gonna get to all that, but here's the structure that I would give to you guys. And again, as Betsy is doing, guys, comment along, say hi and where you're coming in from, tag some teammates or friends, share this video. So I would use Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn to do video content. And here's what I would do. I would do 2 Facebook Lives a week. Okay? So 2 Facebook Lives a week. Say Monday and Friday. One at the beginning, one at the end. Instagram, you have a choice. So Instagram, there's a couple different ways to do video. You can do an Instagram Live. You can do an Instagram Story Live. Or you can do an IGTV. Now, so IGTV, just to let you guys know, IGTV is connected to Instagram, but you have to download it as a separate app. But here's how beneficial it is. So what I would do, and I'm going to cover, so Kristen, Betsy, I'm going to come back to whatever you guys are writing in there, and I'm going to give you guys, and I love what Kristen just said there. She goes, posting is safe, but safe doesn't get us very far. So what I would do is I would download the IGTV app. It's free, and you just connect it to your Instagram handle. But here's the beautiful thing. You do 1 IGTV video a week. 1. And it's pre-recorded right on your phone. You just prop it up, and you want to do your video for maybe 2 to 3 minutes. And again, it could be content related to your network marketing opportunity, a tip, a takeaway, something that has really helped you. A morning routine, nightly routine, gratitude routine, something like that, journaling routine. And when you post it to IGTV, it asks you, would you like to share this to your Instagram feed? And you slide it over and say yes. So not only are you posting it on IGTV, it's getting shared to your regular Instagram handle, which means people can preview it on their Instagram feed and then go to your IGTV. So that's my recommendation with that. LinkedIn, 1 video per week. So 2 Facebook Lives, Monday and Friday. an IGTV, which gets then shared to your Instagram. I would do that on Tuesdays. And Thursdays, I would do a LinkedIn video. Now, here's the cool thing. Whatever you have shared on IGTV from a couple days before, if it's saved to your camera roll, you can then go and upload it to LinkedIn. Because posting natively to LinkedIn like that is most beneficial. So now you're not having to recreate the wheel. You do a Facebook Live Monday, you do a Facebook Live Friday. You do an IGTV, pre-recorded on your phone, 2 to 3 minutes long. You upload it there. It's on Instagram as well. That same video, you upload it to LinkedIn 2 days later on Thursday. Now, so here, and I want to go back to what Betsy said. Vulnerability, time constraints, and fear. So here's the thing. Facebook Live is the best way to utilize Facebook. And I understand that everyone has time constraints. Everyone is busy, remote learning, all that stuff. So you have two options. So if someone was to ask me, Scott, what are the best times to do a Facebook Live? It's actually in the evening after kids go to sleep. I know this sounds crazy, but between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern is actually a really good time to do a Facebook Live because there's other parents that are on the same time constraints as you, which means if they're in the process of putting their kids to bed, so are you. So your kids go to bed, their kids go to bed. Now you're doing your Facebook Lives. So the first thing, 8 to 9 p.m., Monday and Friday is when you should do your Facebook Lives. Now, as far as vulnerability, vulnerability is one of the greatest strengths that we possess. The more vulnerable we are, the more connectable we are, the more we have to share. So again, we always put too much value on what other people think about us, and it's not really about that. You show up on Facebook Live to leave other people better. So when we start to realize that it has nothing to do with us and it has everything to do with them, you're going to start showing up differently. Now, the fear, a lot of people are fearful of going live. But here's the thing. People are afraid of a lot of things in life until you actually start doing them. And the fact is that if you could just commit, to doing 2 Facebook Lives a week, every week for 4 weeks, so that's a month. I promise you after 8 Facebook Lives, you're going to feel more comfortable doing it. Now, Kristen said it's fear-based. People don't want to be judged. Posting is safe. And she's absolutely right. Posting is safe. But safe doesn't get us very far. The fear of being judged is a common fear. But as long as you know that the judgments that other people have, the thoughts and opinions of others, it doesn't matter, because for the amount of people that those are afraid and fearful of that they're going to be judged, there are more people that actually want to hear and see what you have to say, because you got to understand, people spend time on social media to read content, to engage with content, to consume content. Now, the same thing with IGTV, which gets shared to Instagram and LinkedIn, provide educational resources. Provide things that people really could benefit from. Thank you, Allison. So here's the thing. Educating and informing is always best. And again, the best thing to do, honestly, is on a Sunday night. Kids are in bed. You're winding down from the week. Just grab a notepad and write down, brain dump 7 or 8 things that you know pretty well. You don't have to know everything. Just you have to know something enough, right? So if I was to do a brain dump, and this is just me thinking outside the box, if I was going to be doing a brain dump, I would say, 3 tips, or, working out first thing in the morning, creating a healthy routine throughout the day, journaling at night, creating a vision board for your business and your brand. So things, just topics of things that remote teaching your kids and running a business. So there's your topics. And the only thing that you need to do is just like I do, right? I thought about, I'm like, what can I talk about today? Well, 3 ways that you can stand out on saturated social media. So what I did was I just sat there and I'm like, all right, what are 3 things that work for me, right? Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Betsy. What are 3 things that work for me, that have helped me stand out on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and, really connect with people. So I sat there and I thought about for a little bit. I'm like, all right, here are 3 things, 1, 2, and 3. Now I have my content. And people say, well, what if I don't know what to say? You do know what to say because you're speaking about things that you know what to speak about. And here's my advice. Don't talk about things that you don't know. Talk about things that you do know. Now, creating that kind of schedule for yourself. Monday and Friday, Facebook Live. Tuesday, IGTV, which gets shared to Instagram. And Thursday, your LinkedIn video. And if you can commit to that, and again, you commit to that for 30 days. You commit to those 4 things every week for 30 days. You're going to create those habits. So that's number 1. Number 2. So again, you want to stand out. We all know, we're not blind to this. We know social media is saturated, especially Facebook and Instagram. But what can you do? Number 2, grow a network of business-minded people. Grow a network of business-minded people. So I want you guys to think about that for a second. Think about the network that you have on Facebook and Instagram. Ask yourself, are the people that I'm connected to? And Video Machine, exactly. Ask yourself, are the people that I'm connected to on Facebook and Instagram, are they business-minded people? Or are they just people that are personally using the platform? They're just personally using the platform. That's it. Ask yourself that question. And if the answer, thank you, Allison, if the answer is most of the people that I'm connected to on Facebook and Instagram are on there for personal use, you're going to have a tough time building a business. You need business. This is why I tell people so much about LinkedIn, because it's a business networking platform. It's where people are going to network about business opportunities. The more connections that you guys have, and you can have business connections on Facebook and Instagram, but you have to start building them. But you can never grow them with the frequency that you can on LinkedIn. LinkedIn allows you 30,000 connections. Facebook only allows you 5,000 friends. And Instagram, we all know that that's the highest rate of fake accounts to real accounts on social media. But when you grow a network, and this is the strategy that I have on LinkedIn, it's the same strategy that I have on Facebook and Instagram. I'm looking to constantly connect with business-minded people because business-minded people get it. Business-minded people understand business, and they're going to want to talk about business and pass business back and forth and do business together. It's beyond important to have the right conversations with the right people. If you're constantly having conversations with people that really don't see the value in what you're doing, don't want to do what you're doing, and have no interest in what you're doing, what's the point of having them as a connection? There should be a reason, there should be a methodology, and there should be a system of why you're connected to certain people. What is the value of that person? If it's just to say, hey, I have 5,000 friends on Facebook, that doesn't matter. If there's no, it's interesting. You could look at people that have a ton of connections on social media and they have no one engaging because it's the wrong people. You have the wrong people. And again, it's not about engagement, but it's about the value of the connection. You don't want to just have friends and just have them sit there. That's why I'm so specific about who I want to connect with. And when there's no value of networking, because networking, quality over quantity, yes. The value of a connection. The value of a connection is everything. And Kristen said, learning to qualify connections right from the start, starting from their pages. Thank you. Yes. Well, thank you. Thanks to me. Thank you. Well, you're being coachable. That's what it is. But that's the big thing. It's not taking it personally if you don't want to connect with someone, but the value of a connection is so much. And you have to look at these connections. Is there value here? Could I provide something to their network? Is there something that their network can provide me? What can we provide for each other? If it's just dead air, if it's just hot air, it's not going to take your business forward. But the more business-minded people you have where they're open to connecting, they're open to networking, it's going to grow your business. But the third thing that you can do on social media, even though it is beyond saturated, and again, supply and demand. Next Monday, you're going to learn all about it on my podcast. Supply and demand, it's huge. No matter what you guys think. The supply of network marketing is up here. The demand is down here. It's completely skewed right now because of how many people are using social media, namely Facebook and Instagram, to grow their business. That's why, on LinkedIn, it's the other way. The demand is high, but the supply is low on LinkedIn because there's not many people on there actually using it the way that they should for network marketing. But here's the third thing. Provide educational and informative information every single day on all platforms. All platforms. I've actually started, I don't like Instagram all that much. Again, I like it because it's an outlet for me to put out different information to different people. And it's an interesting thing. Instead of just like posting inspirational pictures, and I've been doing a little bit more vulnerability on there, and I've been giving some really good tangible tips and things on Instagram probably for the last like 30 days, 45 days. And I'm seeing some engagement that I've never seen before. And what that's telling me is this. Whether you're spending your time on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, or all three, everybody wants to be educated on something. Everybody wants to be informed of something. Give them what they want. Again, going back to what Kristen said earlier, posting is easy. Posting is simple. There's no thought in posting. When you're really putting yourself out there and you're being vulnerable, you're being educational, you're being informative. Because remember, at the end of the day, whether you're growing your own business or a network marketing business, you're the business and the brand, not the company. Because remember, the company owns your downline, they own everything, but you own the brand. So you have to do your very best to be a salmon in a world of fish. You have to do your very best to find ways to separate yourself from everyone else. So again, go all in with the video content. Make sure that you have a network that's growing of business-minded people and provide educational and informative information every single day on all the platforms that you're choosing to use. So for those that came on to hang out with me and engage, Kristen, Betsy, And Allison, thank you guys so much. For those that are on the replay, use hashtag replay. Again, if you didn't check out my podcast episode from today, you're going to love it. It's 3 things that if you focus on for the next 12 months, it will change your business. Definitely check it out. iTunes or Spotify, all the major platforms. It's called Network Marketing Made Simple. You're going to love it. So guys, please enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great one, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, everybody.